Dissolving the ego is perhaps the most fundamental process of spirituality. It's deeply misunderstood as such. The ego, first of all, I mean, what is the ego? Really, in simplistic terms, it's that part of us that resists our experience and also tries to grab and hold on to. So if we think of the egoic sense of self as trying to grab and get more of what it wants and trying to resist what it doesn't want. And so while that's going on within us, we're going to be suffering because meanwhile, life goes on, whether it's something we enjoy or don't enjoy. We've all had experiences of that. And so if we can begin to dissolve the ego, then we're just dissolving this tendency to be constantly in argument with or in resistance to what's going on in our experience. If I'm experiencing something really nice and I'm trying to hold on to it, I'm actually going to diminish that experience while it's happening. And conversely, if I'm experiencing something terrible and I'm trying to push it away, then I'm going to make the experience itself worse. So dissolving the ego is really about, in those moments when we would usually resist or grab, is to put attention on something deeper within us so that this tendency isn't fortified, it doesn't continue. And as human beings, we can come to live in this place where we're no longer able to resist or to grab. And what that means in practical everyday experience for us is peace. It means that we can, you might still prefer certain situations, people, experiences, but we're not going to resist when life doesn't go our way. And when life does go our way, we're not going to try and hold on to that, which is the essence of human suffering. It distilled down into its simplistic form. Our ego was a necessary part of our evolution, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's totally okay to walk into the supermarket and know that you prefer brown bread over white. But when we're doing that about our lives on a more sophisticated level constantly, almost obsessively, and we can't switch that off, then we're going to experience suffering. Dissolving the ego is about really coming to a place where we no longer have that capability to resist or to grab. And we're just sort of experiencing more life like this rather than this kind of tugging and pushing that's always going on. How we do that is simply to bring our attention, to train our attention to rest in the natural state. And there are several ways to do that. There's many different ways to do that, but each person can find their own way. And as attention comes to rest in that natural, silent, peaceful state, we begin to become more like that ourselves. We begin to line up with that natural state where we don't resist anything and we don't grab a hold of anything and we really don't feel that we need anything, more importantly. As that happens, the realization dawns on us at some point that we really are that natural state, that it's not something we're dipping in and out of. And our beingness just relaxes back into its no shape rather than constantly reaching and grabbing and pulling.